All right, so if you guys refresh your browser, you should definitely see us live now. Everyone that's in, if you could please like the live. All right, Alan, you here? Alan, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, you made it home?
Yes, still getting settled in.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just read our disclaimer. I'm not gonna play our video tonight, our intro video. We're just gonna go straight in. Okay, so all right, so before we get started, I gotta introduce myself, and if you guys can also introduce yourself as well, but I'll start with me. I'm Savon Smith, the founder of Savon's Academy Stars, is a basketball program with the city of Royal Palm Beach in West Palm Beach. Started that program in 2009 and named this organization Founding Players, named after the founding players that I started the Savon's Academy Stars program with. So I'm proud to be teaching financial literacy on this channel, which is called Founding Players. Thank you. Anyone, you could just jump up and introduce yourself. Hello? No particular order, we could just introduce ourselves, please.
Okay, my name is Anivan. I'm the owner of Clear Financial and Tax Services, and I'm also a new co-owner of Nature's Clear vitamin company we just started. So just wanted to be on here and learn and grow with you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Welcome. All right. Do I have to call names so people can introduce themselves? I just want to go down the line. Let's go, guys, so we can get this thing started. Hello. Introduction shouldn't take so long, guys.
Hi, I'm Pierre Abraham. I've been working for FedEx for 13 years. I'm a FedEx employee, courier at FedEx. This is my second week with the chat, loving it. Man, I forgot my intro. Yeah, so I'm over here and then trying to learn more about stocks, learn more about life, learn more about business, and I'm stepping out.
No problem. Welcome here. I'm just gonna call names. That way we don't wait around for people. Anitra, if you don't mind introducing yourself, I don't even know if I'm jacking up your name. So if you could please say your name the correct way for me.
Okay, I'm Anitra Stouty. I'm a published author, and I'm on here for the first time to learn about investing.
Welcome, welcome. We've interviewed Anitra's before. So if you look on our page, Alan, I know you say you've gone through some of our videos, so I'm sure you may have seen her video. I think we interviewed her twice, and we will interview her again. All right, next in line, let's see. Alan, are you here? If you could give your introduction real quick.
Yes, my name's Alan. I'm a licensed realtor. I'm also in the banking field, 14 years in the banking and operations field. And I've been in and out of investing for the past, I would say 10 years. But now I'm actually taking it more serious. So
Okay. If we could get, let's see who's here. Tatiana, can you unmute and introduce yourself? Would that be okay? Yannicka?
Hello, my name is Yannicka Butler. This is my second time joining in. I work for Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and I'm just here to learn more about investing.
Okay, awesome. I guess Tatiana don't speak today. All right. So I'm gonna read this disclaimer, then we're gonna jump right in. Okay, I am not a financial advisor. This video is for entertainment and education purposes only. This video is not financial advice. You can lose your money investing in the stock market. You are liable for any losses that you incur from investing in the stock market. I shall not be liable for any losses you may incur while investing or trading on the stock market. Contact your licensed financial professional in your contact a licensed financial professional in your area for professional advice. Thank you.
Hey, Savon, this is Anita. Are you done with introduction?
You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I joined a little bit late. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anita Bourne, and my career is finance. And I met Savon last year from staying at his property in Jamaica Airbnb, and he has taught me so much about finances. And not only, I'm sorry, I take that back, from the stock market. And I have gained a little additional dollars more than I have put in, and I'm grateful for that. I'm looking forward to learning more from Savon and his group. So yeah, I'm excited to be a part of this group.
Thank you, Anita. Appreciate that. All right. Anita, why don't, since you just popped in, I know when we started this group, you were on the first time when we started talking about the stock market. And we spoke off of here before, and just making sure we're keeping up with what's going on is actually what's going to give us the gains that we're looking for, the financial freedom that we want. I know you've invested in some of the stocks that I've told you about from day one when they were, under $2, very, very cheap, very, very cheap per share when I told you about it. Can you fill us in on, maybe one or two of those companies that if you don't mind looking in your portfolio and just like addressing some of the stocks that we actually, well, I actually, told you to research and buy.
Hey, Savon. Unfortunately, I'm driving,
Mhm.
so I'm not able to go into my portfolio to look at it at this moment. But what I can say off of memory, without looking into my portfolio, is was it JMA have been very successful for me. I invested in that. I want to say last August, and I have gained quite a few dollars on that one in a very short period of time. Another one that I also did well with. I can't think of the name of it. It was at $1, and I think it's like at 9 now. I can't think of it because I'm not in my portfolio, but I have seen success from the stocks that Savon has mentioned, and just taking the time to do some research as well as just go ahead and have my faith in Savon. Obviously, you invest at your own risk, but I've been taking his advice and I've been seeing the payoff. Like anything you do, stock is a gamble. Sometimes it's up and down, but for the most part, I'm seeing growth.
Okay, can you mention the first stock that you mentioned? What was the name? Hello?
Hang on 1 second, Savon. I'm driving. It's the one that's out of Africa. It starts with a J. It's a JMA.
Oh, I thought, yeah. I just wanted to be
Jumia?
sure that's what you said. Okay, so Jamia. The
Okay.
reason I asked is because I'm typing in the YouTube chat. And again, guys, if you could please bring up your YouTube chat and communicate in there as well, like I'm doing right now. I just typed in there Jamia. It gives us interaction in the YouTube. So if you could go ahead and even on our Airbnb, put information in there. It doesn't matter what you put in there, just put some verbiage in the YouTube chat. But
Hey,
you could do that while I'm go ahead.
I'm gonna log off for a few minutes because I'll be home in about 10 minutes. And when I get home, if you like, I can share the other stocks that you talked about. I'm gonna log off now, and when I get home, in about 10 minutes, I'll log back on. That way, I'll be sitting in front of my computer.
All right, no problem.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right. Okay, so Alan, Anitra, and I spoke to Anitra today, so she's definitely here, to learn about some stocks that she would like to get into, or well research and get into. And I know we have Yannicka as well, and Tatiana. Do you mind like sharing some of the stuff that you've researched?
All right. I mentioned this on the last call, and I misspoke. I know I said the stimulus package was passed, but it just got passed. So it's definitely going to cause this market to move this week. As far as what I'm in, I'm in CTRM, which is Castor Maritime, their shipment company. So I expect when everything starts opening up, when vaccines get rolled out, a little bit more companies are coming out with vaccine. The shipment industry is gonna be revived and it's gonna increase. So that's why I'm in Castor Maritime, which it's in the chat now on the YouTube page. C as in Charlie, T as in Tom, R as in Ralph, M as in Michael. And I'm also in ZOM. I mentioned that the last call. Z as in zebra, O as in Oscar, M as in Michael. That's a company that specializes in veterinarian medical services. They basically they're basically coming out with medicine for dogs and cats. And they're supposed to come out with a new patented medicine pretty soon. I got to look up the date, but it's called Trueforma. So those stocks right there are at a buy zone. They're pretty low because everything was basically dipping. So, those are two of the main stocks that I'm in right now. And I know we got in some more stocks. I just got to look them up in my TD Ameritrade account because I have so many positions right now. So I have to double check.
Okay. Would you be able to give us a little bit more on some new companies outside of this company? Before you actually go into that, Anitri asked a question about CTRM. Can you give us a little bit, Anitri, if you don't mind, can you ask, even though you typed it, can you ask
Okay.
Alan? Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. What does CTRM stand for?
That's just their ticker symbol. The company's name is Castor Maritime. Basically, they're in the shipment and transportation business. They ship
Okay.
worldwide. And the reason I think this stock is going to go up, again, I'm not a financial advisor or invest at your own risk, but recently, if you read the news on them, they acquired several new ships. So the only reason their ticker symbol is that low right now is because they did a public offering. Basically, they had to raise money. Anytime these companies do public offerings, what happens to their stock? It drops. And also put in the to affect the current market. Everything's dropping right now. So not only did they do a public offering, the market is dipping now, and that's before the stimulus got rolled out. So because this company bought several more ships, I think this stock is gonna go pretty high. Because I bought it at 34 cents, and it went all the way as high as $1.97. So they haven't even scratched the surface. Now it dropped, but again, just do your research, look up the company. But they've been acquiring more ships for the past, I would say, month. They acquired maybe, I would say, about anywhere between 5 to 10 ships. So this stock is bound to go up. But again, invest at your own risk, which is, I'm just giving you an opinion.
Okay. All right. Before I go, I'm trying to get a couple of people to to go. Pierre, do you mind sharing with us, like, a couple of stocks that you've bought and how they're performing?
Okay. Well, basically, this is my second week on it, and then it's been red for the last couple of weeks. So when you first started with the start, and then you see everything red, it's like you've been panicking for a while. And one time I called Alan and said, I don't know what's going on. Everything's red. And then was telling me, calm down, calm down, calm down. So I kind of changed my strategy a little bit. And then he was telling me about because there is I'm into the EV. There's CCRV, that company that are supposed to compete against Tesla. So when I bought it on the first day, it was $60. I was so excited about it gonna go up. And then on a Tuesday, he went down from $60 to $30. And then he's been dropping. And last Friday, it was like $24. So this is my my first experience on it. And then he was telling me about those microchips. They're low on microchips. So try to invest in company who's gonna do microchips. So I got a list on the microchips company that researches. It's MU, it's Micro Technology, MU, and then I search on SOXX. Well, that one is way high. It's way above my my limit right now. But I'm more interested in MU. So MU, it's a micro company who's gonna basically work on some chips, on the microchips. So this is my
MU?
that's what I've been doing lately. Yeah,
The ticker
MU.
symbol is MU?
Yeah, ticker symbol is MU.
Okay.
The company is a Micron Technology.
Okay.
And Pierre, just be careful with XSOXL.
Yeah,
The reason is because
SOXX.
just be careful with those tickers, because those are called leverage EFTs. I did a little bit more research. Those are more for day traders. Those are very volatile.
Yeah.
So just be careful with
I'm not
those.
messing with that.
Yeah, just be careful with
No, I'm
those,
not
because I
messing.
did
The
some
only one I
research.
was Okay.
Those are not regular EFTs.
So the only one I
Those are
was searching for. Okay. What about it? Okay, because MU is one I was searching on it.
All right, so, all right, I'm gonna change it up a little bit, and then after I go, Alan
Mhm.
can also jump in on some places that I know, we both have researched and can inform you guys about. Well,
I have a few. I have a few more but I'm gonna let you get into it. I'm just going through my portfolio right now, so I have a few more tickers I'll share.
Okay. All right, so basically, guys, we started this group so we can inform, our small group of people, about what's happening in the world today. You use the COVID-19, for instance, we obviously know that we need the vaccine, whether people are skeptical or not. The thing that's happening right now is reality, that we actually need vaccines. And there's many companies out there that's producing these vaccines. So rather than spend time wondering if we're going to take the vaccine or not, there's an opportunity to, you know, build financial wealth. And you might as well go ahead and try to get that accomplished, because one of the biggest problems that we have is, we need financial freedom. A lot of us work our 9 to 5s, and it's not so hard to keep up with, with your family or keep up with your expenses, when you're working paycheck to paycheck. So financial freedom, we all kind of would love to have that, so my take is invest in what is happening, especially with new technology. So there's a new technology called blockchain technology. If you guys don't know about it, you need to Google it and learn as much as you can learn about it. Educate yourself on what's happening around you. I'll use OCGN as an example. I told Alan about that stock when it was when it was 60 something cents. I got into it at 29 cents, and I've been following that company based off of research, to know that this company was on the rise, and they were like pennies, 29 cents when I first held that stock. And before that stock, I learned about Moderna, when Trump was in office, because he mentioned it out of his mouth. And basically, I went and I researched them, and it stated that they never put anything on the market before. So they had a lot of negative news towards them. But I never stopped believing in the company, because I researched the company and recognized that the company, no matter what people are saying about them, the new way of developing the vaccine, they had that new way, and everybody else was going to jump on to the fact that Moderna never put anything out before, but they had the new, system that was going to create the vaccines. They had the blueprint, so that's a no-brainer. So I began to just continue to research them, and it made sense to me, out with the old, in with the new. So now we have Moderna on the market, we have Pfizer. Both those companies have their vaccines on the market, but we have to pay attention to the companies that's coming behind them, because by no means are we over this coronavirus, and we may never be over it, and it may be with us forever. And they're going to look to bring things that's going to improve, on not just vaccine. They're going to bring things that's going to improve. I know we're going to talk about KNOS, Chronos. I believe that's how you say it, right, Alan?
Yes,
Yes.
KNOS.
Kanos. I'll let you touch a little bit on that, on what they're going to do with their masks. So you can go ahead and cut in right here.
Okay, so, well, KNOS is involved in the air purification business and also the PPE business. I know recently they acquired a PPE business. Recently, I just have to look at what date. I know that happened, I believe, last week. This right now is a penny stock, so it's a stock you definitely want to jump in. That's KNOS. Again, you invest at your own risk. But this company basically recently came out with an air purification device that I believe is 98% effective against COVID. right? So they're going to be selling it online through a business-to-business marketing. So that's a stock you can research and look into. And I just want to mention this, and I mentioned it last call, it's very, very, very important to have a diversified profile. You can't have Tesla, then battery, then Tesla, then other EV plays, because what's going to happen if Monday everything in EV is down, your whole portfolio looks red. It's important to have diversity in your profile. Have Bitcoin, have fintech, have EV. For me personally, I even have some alternative foods. Beyond Meat is expensive. So some people look at Beyond Meat, it's like what, $200 something a share. There's another company called Tattoo Chef. What is Tattoo Chef? They're a company that makes vegan food. You can find them at Walmart. They're getting ready to release their earnings pretty soon. So right now, Tattoo Chef, again, I'm not a financial advisor, but they're at a buy zone, right? I bought it within the 20s. Right now, they're around 19 and change, right? And that's before they even release their financials. And they're forecasted to have very, very strong financials. So look up that company called Tattoo Chef, right? They make frozen, vegan, organic food. You can find them in Walmart, Target, and everything. So that's one I want to put on your radar. What else did we get into?
What is the ticker symbol for Tattoo Chef?
Let me get you the ticker. Bear with me. I've been in them for a while. It's T as in Tom, T as in Tom, C as in Charlie, F. And I'll put it in the chat shortly once I get done going through them. Let me see. Let me pull up another one. Bear with me. And some of these are penny stocks, which are highly volatile. So, and I sent out a message to a few of the people that we're in the group with. It's important that you guys make a connection. What did we say last call? There's a shortage of lithium batteries. There's a shortage of chips. What is it? Semiconductor chips, right? Where do they get the materials to get the semiconductor chips and the lithium? They have to dig underground. So what are you going to do? You're going to start looking for companies that's in the mining business. You have to make the connection. And that's what I told people. One stock goes down, it's going to cause another stock to go up, right? So look for semiconductor companies, look for mining companies, which is big. Here's one right here that me and Savon talked about during the week. It's called Santo Mining Corp. S is in Sam, A is in Apple, N is in Nancy, P is in Paul. What do? They specialize in mining, lithium, different metals, that these EV makers are gonna, that these EV makers rely on. I think Elon Musk had to go to Europe just to get a deal on a mining, strike a deal with a mining company, because he knows, he thinks ahead of time. He knows everyone is running out of lithium, right? So if he tried to get it through the US, it's probably a little bit more expensive, right? So look up mining companies that mine lithium and the materials to to make semiconductor chips. Another one I thought about that was on my radar. It's one called NNDM. N is in Nancy, N is in Nancy, D is in David, M. Why is this stock important? This company, they have this patented technology where they do 3D printing. They're the only company that does this type of 3D printing that they do, and they do it with metals. Why is it important? I'm doing research that this company may strike a big deal, possibly, to make semiconductor chips. If they could 3D print semiconductor chips, what do you think is going to happen to this stock? Right? So that's a stock I want to put on your radar, NNDM. They're a 3D printing company. But do your own research. Look up why this company is special. Look up the techniques they use. Read about this company. They have patented technology. They don't do 3D printing like all these other companies. So a lot of these automakers are going to tap into them to get these parts that they need 3D printed, because it's going to be cheaper and more efficient. So I think this stock is, it's a stock that's definitely going to move. You just got to get in at the right time.
All right, I'm gonna jump in right there, Alan, being that you're talking about NNDM. And I'm gonna give you guys some, some real food for thought. Okay. Out with the old, in with the new. So ARK Investment. Google ARK Investment. And that is ARKK. Okay, ARK Investment. That's the, well, it's I put it in the chat, but I want you to research ARKK. And the reason why I mention it, because Alan just mentioned NNDM, and I've been holding that, since I knew that Cathie Wood was on to that. So Cathie Wood is the head of ARK Investment. So I've been following her, for a long time. I think ARK Investment, ARKK, was like $10 when I first got it. And I believe it went as high as 130, probably higher. Really haven't really paid a lot of attention to it, but I know it started falling just the other day because everything has been so much in the red. But I know when you're coming from $10 to $130, that means you're onto something. And Cathie Wood is onto something. ARK Investment, ETF. There's like 4 ETFs, I believe. When you type in ARK Investment in Robinhood, you'll see all of the ETFs come up. Now, what ETFs are is just a bunch of companies that's doing well. So if ARK Investment is going to invest in NNDM, they're not going to do that unless they have belief in the company, that the company is going to be great in addition to their collection. So ETF is just a collection of great companies. If you're not doing good, they're definitely getting rid of you. So when they said ETFs are a safer bet, rather than stocks, they are. When equal it to when you go to a casino and you gamble, you put in $500 and let's say you win $500. You're probably gonna gamble back $1,000 and you go home with 0, or you go home with 100, because you're trying to win more. So just equal stocks to that. When it's risky, when it comes to ETFs, it's less risky. So just imagine all top companies that's doing well on the stock market being involved in an ETF or index fund. That's basically what your money is, a lot safer in those places. So for instance, like the new technology, blockchain technology. If you wanted to invest in cryptocurrency, Alan, I believe you mentioned BLOK. So you want to put your money in the new technology, go with BLOK, because it would be all the cryptocurrencies that's doing well right now. Because trust and believe that not all cryptocurrencies that's out there is going to still be there. So you have to pay attention to the top ranked currencies when you're going to invest. And what are the 2 top ranked currencies? It's Bitcoin and it's Ethereum, and third and fourth, it goes back and forth, is XRP. Not too many people out here talking about XRP. So just look at the crypto ranking, top 20, top 10, and just invest in the top currencies. I personally don't think you can go wrong there, but do your own research. But again, jumping back to NNDM, they're going to have success. Again, do your own research. For the mere fact that they're new, out with the old, in with the new, and they're new technology. Cathie Woods is doing her homework and getting companies involved that she's going to win with. So do your research and, probably listen to her and jump on to the bandwagon. Anything you wanted to add, Alan?
I'll
Yeah.
go ahead and put a few more ticker symbols that we're watching. Some of these are, again, are penny stocks. You got XALL. Okay. They're basically involved in the fintech business. Fintech, Bitcoin, blockchain, all those are tied in. So this is a company you want to put on your radar. It's pretty low. It is a penny coin. A penny stock. I said penny coin. Then you have B as in boy, R as in Ralph. I put that in the chat. LL. They're involved in the mining, energy, and lithium business. So that's a penny stock as well. I put on your radar that you can take a look at. And you already mentioned BLOK. That's a Bitcoin EFT. And that's pretty much what I have now. For now.
Okay. Anybody else want to jump in?
For BLOK, is it what's the business name? Because I searched it.
It depends where you're searching. Remember, that's why it's important not to only have diversity in your profile and your portfolio, also have diversity in your trading platforms. Me personally, I have 4 different trading platforms. Some of these ticker symbols you may not be able to find. So where are you trying to search it from?
I have TD Ameritrade. I have Wibble. I have Robinhood and Coinbase.
Okay, you should be able to find it in TD Ameritrade. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I searched it on TD Ameritrade. It says what does it look? BLOK.
It's under Amplify. Once you type BLOK, it should come up Amplify Transformational Data Sharing. Once you click it, then it's gonna break it down what they do. It's $48.99 a share.
I see. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And what are the platforms besides those I just mentioned that you guys use? Because I know some of the ticker symbols, I can't find them on any of those stuff. Is there anything anywhere, any other platform besides those 4 I just mentioned?
Well, all the ones I mentioned are available on TD Ameritrade. You should be able to find them.
Okay, because last week I was on, there was some I couldn't find.
Did you write them down?
Yeah, I got them. I got a note, so I'll just go back to them again to TD Ameritrade. Some of it says it doesn't support. It just give information on it.
That's mainly Webull. Webull doesn't support a lot of these ticker symbols, so they have their benefit and they have their negatives. But you should be able to find, I would say, 99% of these on TD Ameritrade.
Okay.
Because I'm going straight to my TD Ameritrade and getting these tickers.
I understand. Yep.
And also, I guess Savon could get, bring up some other tickers we talked about, like CNET, some other.
Like DEFI, right? I put it on TD Ameritrade, but what type of company is it? There's so many. There's IVP and there's other stuff with it, so I'm not sure which one.
I think Savon touched on DeFi. He didn't, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't say it's a ticker symbol. He was saying just invest in companies that are doing business in DeFi, because DeFi is the next thing. DeFi and what was it, NXTs? Is that what it is?
Well,
NFTs, sorry, I quoted it wrong. DeFi and NFTs.
Let me jump into, just to give example of what I know about, DeFi. So basically, DeFi stands for decentralized finance. We know there's a new financial system, the blockchain technology. There's a new financial system being implemented. It's going through its developmental stage right now. They're making adjustments before this comes full force. It's there for us to invest in, but they need to strengthen it, and they're working on strengthening that new financial system. The fiat currency money been around for 100 years or 100+ years now. Too long. once they started coming out with credit cards, we should have gotten rid of money long time ago. It overstayed its welcome, you know. So cryptocurrency is coming to fruition the same way the internet came to fruition, you know. And we need to invest in what's happening right now. We don't want to miss when we miss Apple, Google, Amazon. We don't want to miss those things again. It's happening again right now, you know. So the new financial system, decentralized finance, basically Ethereum, all that they're trying to do is going to be built on Ethereum. So it's going to be a good thing to invest in that number 2 currency, Ethereum, because everything that they're trying to do, almost everything, is going to be built on Ethereum. So that would make it even a little bit more popular than Bitcoin, which Bitcoin is more popular. But it's not the most popular that always you can do the best with, or it's not always the most popular person that's going to have the success. And I'm not saying Bitcoin won't have success. It is having success and it will. But look into Ethereum, because most of the financial system is going to be built on Ethereum. So I would think that's a good investment. So when it comes to NFTs, and I'm still learning too, because I'm doing my research, but I'm doing my best to explain it. You know, you can't go wrong, even if you don't fully understand the system that's being created. I know for sure that it's being built on Ethereum, and that Ethereum has a lot to do with the new financial system. Even NFTs that we talked about, that we still don't know much about it, but we know that it involves gaming, and it involves collectibles. You know, so Google it and learn on your own. We're not financial advisors. We only sharing what we know because we've done some research and we're still learning as well, which is why we have this group, and we want to be able to learn from each other. You know, I can tell you a lot about the stocks that I hold. Alan can tell you a lot about the things that he's researched. He goes into depth with them. I go into depth with the stocks that I own. I have to understand them. So that's my expertise. I can tell you, hey, this stock is definitely going to do this. Just like I'm telling you, NNDM, it's definitely going to do greatness. It's going to do greatness. You definitely want to hold that, but do your own research. And I'll run over some stocks that I believe is going to be great. You know.
Now, Ethereum is like another, it's another DeFi, right? Or it's just there's a tickle symbol for it.
No, it's a cryptocurrency.
Crypto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Bitcoin.
Okay. Now, before you move on, what do you think about Dogecoin?
They said it was a joke, you know, but I don't tend to believe what is being spread out there. If me and you are the group of us decide to create a coin, and we said, yo, you know what, we were playing around. So what? We might have been playing around, but we're not, this is not a joke. I think those are all smoke screens. I don't really believe, even if they create it as a joke, that could just be the narrative. You know, so I would take a chance on it for the mere fact that it's always in the news. It's always being talked about. So
Okay.
what could happen is, if you don't invest in it, later on you may be kicking yourself in the butt. So me personally would take a chance on it, which I have. And actually I took a big chance on it, because you know, you gotta listen, stocks are risky. ETFs, index funds, are safer. But me personally, I like the risk of the stocks, because let's just use SOS, for instance, or CNET. with what's happening with Bitcoin mining and crypto mining, and crypto is not all the way here yet, it's a no-brainer to me that a mining company or mining companies are going to be a big thing. They're heavily involved in the coming of this new digital money. So to me, it's a no-brainer to invest in the companies that are behind this, that are in control of the mining. Now there might be 100 companies. Well, you have to do your research and you got to find which company you trust the most. Check out their finances. It's all available on the internet. They have to be transparent. No, they can't hide anything. So it's all there for us to see. You can see how the management is. You can see how they manage their money. You could just see it all. It's all there in the open. So if there's 10 companies that you want to invest in, 10 mining companies, research those companies and see which companies are great. So I believe in SOS. I believe in MARA. I believed in it when I first researched it because they were the top companies, and you have to look at the ranking. I do sports, and when I look at the ranking, use the Lakers for instance. The Knicks aren't going to beat the Lakers. The Heat wasn't going to beat the Lakers last year either. No, even though the Heat's good, they weren't going to beat the Lakers, but we know that the Heat made the playoffs. The teams that made the playoffs, they made it for a reason because they were good. Those are the top ranked teams. You watch any sport, you kind of know which teams are going to do what. So just equal that to you do your research and you see that these companies are always being advertised. Why are they always being advertised? They don't advertise companies just for the heck of it. Yes, some teams and companies may fly under the radar, but that's why you do your research to see which companies are flying under the radar, which is what we do. So whether a company is popular right now or not, me and Alan, we can research and find them. We talked about KNOS. Me and Alan is of the belief that this company is going to come from out of nowhere. It's not being talked about, but it's going to come out of nowhere. Equal that to, for those of you who's into sports, equal that to, the Lakers is good. The Miami Heat's good. The Dallas Mavericks is not as good. But that Mark Cuban, he's just a different cat. And you just see like, man, this team might surprise somebody. Equal that to doing your research and seeing a company coming from nowhere. So I may see Dallas coming from nowhere and making the playoffs because of their management, their owner. I just like it.
Savon, quick statement. Again, don't quote me on this, do your own research, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Mark Cuban said he wants to start accepting Dogecoin for his Maverick tickets.
Mm-hmm.
I think he already did. It's in the news, or he actually did.
Correct. So if it's that much of a joke that you would sell your tickets for a joke, I mean, something's gonna happen.
Right.
Yep, exactly. So, just look at the stock market as an opportunity for you to learn how to be patient, how to do your research, how to make your portfolio diversified, and watch your stocks. I know some people say invest and don't watch. I'm not a financial advisor, but you want to know what you're putting in your money into, and you want to know what it's doing. So I'm not going to overwatch, but I'm going to pay attention. For instance, I'm going to go into my portfolio right now and give an example. All right. So I've been holding this stock for a while. It's called Well, the ticker symbol is OGEN, Oriangenics. This company, I've been holding them since February of last year. And when I tell you, this company goes from, I think the lowest I saw it went was, let's just say 70 or 60 cents. And I seen the performance of this company go, it went to 209, but it's been between 60 cents and 209. Right now it's at 85. So I pay attention to how this company is moving. So you can go into Robinhood and you can hold down, your bar, and you can move, 1 month, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, 5 years, and you could check the history of the stock to see what it's doing. For the last year, I've been watching the performance of this stock that I hold, and it actually haven't been doing anything. So I know if I put $100 in the stock right now, it's basically not going to do anything much. One day I may wake up and it may go from $100 to $175 based off of the performance of the stock that I've seen over the last year. I can make that judgment, and I know where to put my money. I'm not going to promise you, not put my money in. I'm not putting $100 in and wake up and it's $20, because I'm doing the research to know which company I need to invest in. That's not going to happen. I even give you a better example than this company that you may not know about. Maybe you know about Pfizer. Pfizer has a vaccine out right now alongside Moderna. But if you look at Pfizer, I'm going to type it in here. Okay, I'm on Pfizer right now. So currently Pfizer is $34. And I can promise you that Pfizer ain't touched $50. There's many stocks out there going from 34 to 50 in the blink of an eye. You can wake up tomorrow morning and companies will go from $34 to $60. They'll go up 100%. But Pfizer, you want your money to be safe, put it here. Because I promise you, they probably haven't passed 37 or 38. As a matter of fact, let me look at the high right now. I'll tell you where they went. They went to 43. But to my knowledge, from watching this stock quite often, I would say on average, the stock is like $37. So if you put $1,000 here, your $1,000 is gonna be like you put it in the bank. It's just gonna stay right there. But the difference is, do you want to leave it in the bank for 5 years? Or do you want to leave that $10,000 in Pfizer, even though Pfizer is not moving up or down? Maybe after coronavirus is a little bit better and we're a little bit more comfortable, that $1,000 may turn into $20,000 because of patience, and Pfizer is not moving because people are looking for what? Quick money. But in actuality, Pfizer, if you don't want to lose, is a good investment. So I'm using it as example because I'm not heavily invested in it. I take more of a risk. But in actuality, Pfizer is like being part of an ETF or an index fund. It's not really making you lose and it's not really making you gain. But one day you're going to wake up, and the fact that they have vaccine out there that's helping the population to get over COVID is a great opportunity that Pfizer may go from $34 where they're at right now to double to $68. Now, if you put $10,000 and you leave it there, it just may double on you in however long it takes, the vaccine for people to be comfortable that the vaccine actually helped or is helping. So that's an example of the type of stocks that I invest in. So even the risky ones, I'll go over some risky ones because I said I'm not heavily invested in Pfizer. But I'll go over a risky stock that I invest in that I believe in. I'm going to go over it right now. MARA, Marathon Patent. Right now it's $57. As a matter of fact, I didn't even realize that it was $57 until now, because I haven't even paid attention to the stocks. And look how calm and collective I am, because I'm gonna tell you, the last time I looked at Marathon Patent, it was it was $30. So if I go to the chart right here, hold on. No, you know what? I'm wrong. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, how did that thing jump all the way up there like that? I was wrong. So it is $30. I was looking at the wrong thing, wrong symbol. But Marathon Patent is $30. So this stock right here is risky. Mining company, cryptocurrency mining company. Why is it risky? Because Bitcoin is volatile. It goes up and down. It's all over. But at the end of the day, look at the long picture. It's like digital money is coming. It's coming, like no matter what it's doing, no matter what it looks like, no matter the negativity that they're saying, I'm of the belief that it's coming. Do your own research. So I'm a long-term investor in this. MARA, Marathon Digital. That's the name of it. MARA, $30. It went as high as $49. It's going to get back there. And that's the high right now, $49 where it went. And it dropped down to $30. Because Bitcoin did that. Bitcoin goes up and it comes down. It goes up to 60, goes up to 58 or wherever it went. And it dropped back down to 30 to 48. So Marathon Patent did the same thing. And I'm only using Bitcoin as an example because it's not just a miner of Bitcoin, it's cryptocurrencies. So it's very volatile, but it had a high of $49. So now it dropped down to $30. What do you think is going to happen? It happens on the stock market all the time. It's going to pass $49. It's going to pass the old high and create a new high. So it's $49 is the high it went. So let's just say it went past 49 and it hit 60. So it beat its whole high by 11. When Bitcoin or cryptocurrency decides to drop again, it's probably going to create a higher low. Right now, where's the low? The low is $24. So right now it's at a higher low at $30. So now it goes up to in the 60s. It's probably going to create a lower high at $40. So are we patient enough to hold until cryptocurrencies is being spent by all of us? That's the research that you do and make wise investments. I'm not worried about losing any money because when I go to the grocery store and I went for milk and sugar and bread and I come out spending $50, I done threw money away that I could have put that extra money I threw away into MARA and let it ride until we're all spending Bitcoin or spending cryptocurrencies. That's what's happening, guys. It's happening. And I just wanted to bring this group together so you guys are part of what's happening. You don't want to miss what's happening. It'll be like you miss Apple, you miss Google, you miss Microsoft. You miss Amazon. It's happening. Don't get caught on the sideline.
So Vaughn, quick statement. Can I put one more on their radar?
Okay.
All right, there's a stock ticker called T as in Tom, S as in Sam, N as in Nancy, P as in Paul, D as in David. I already put it in the chat. This company recently acquired a company called Humble Inc. Their ticker symbol may change. And the only reason I'm bringing this up because Savon was talking about basically not missing the boat. This is a digital money network company. So just like Zelle and Venmo, this is the next company up, okay? And what I like about this company is they convert currencies. What currency is going crazy right now? Bitcoin, right? So it says this is a digital money network company. The company provides payment methods and financial products for consumers and merchants. The company's product lines are the Humble mobile app, Humble Marketplace, and Humble Financial, which are being architected to work across one Humble platform for consumers, freelancers, and merchants. The Humble mobile app and web platform delivers global transactions by integrating multiple currencies, payment methods, and financial services into reduced clicks for the customer and mobile wallet providers, such as Zelle and Venmo. And just so you guys know, this ticker symbol may change because they did what you call a reverse split. Two companies merged, they changed their name. And I believe sometime this month, they may change the ticker symbol again, just so you guys won't get confused. So I'm giving you the ticker symbol now, TSNPD, but it may change within the next few weeks.
Okay, guys, this is a OTC stock. This is how you get in before it actually IPO and comes to the public. So if you guys don't know, not paying attention, I'm bringing it to your attention right now that the information, some of the information that we're giving you is like a lot of people don't know this. And, you know, we're giving you the information for you to research it on your own and invest at your own risk, but we're giving out the information. You don't want to hear about Google when Google becomes popular. You don't want to hear about Bitcoin when Bitcoin is $50,000. You don't want to hear about Ethereum when Ethereum is $50,000. Right now, Ethereum is $1,600. You don't want to say, oh, Ethereum is too expensive. You don't want to say I miss Bitcoin because Bitcoin is $50,000 now. And where am I going to get $50,000 from? If you put, I put $10 in Cash App in Bitcoin, October 27th of 2020. And that went from $10 to $40, $42. And it dropped back down to about $34 because Bitcoin went down. But my $10, it's not in the bank paying $10. And Bitcoin is $50,000. When I got it for $10, when I put $10 into a $50,000 cryptocurrency, I still made a gain. So basically, just like you would save, imagine saving money in the bank. Imagine putting away $500 a month. And you save that for 2 months and you have $1,000. And you did that January and February. And March comes around and you probably don't have the money to pay your rent or whatever. And you go into your bank and you say, hey, I got to take this $1,000. Now you're back down to zero.
My apologies. I couldn't hear.
Now you're back down to zero from the money you've saved. You didn't gain anything on it. You saved 1,000, it remained 1,000. But you know what? The bank done used your money to make more on your money and gave you back what you put in. But I put $10 into Bitcoin with all the skepticism going on and where, oh, Bitcoin this and all the negativity. But guess what? My $10 turned into 40 something dollars. So is it what people talk or is it what's top rank? You know, we have to pay attention, and that's what this group is here for. So we don't miss nothing, because I'm definitely going to inform people, and Alan definitely going to inform people, and we're giving it to you just the way it is. You don't have to be no expert. You know, we're telling you can do your own research, you know, or contact a professional. But I'm a professional in my own right. Just the same way I told my kids when I was training them, when they said they wanted to be a professional basketball player. I said, guess what, guys? Any job that you do, that's your profession. You're a professional at it. How good you do it, that's up to you. You know, so are we going to rely on somebody else to put our money someplace and have them make what they can make from us? Or are we going to pay ourselves? invest our money, invest in our own education, educate ourselves. We have a group right here that, listen, today I might be here speaking, Alan might be speaking, and you guys might be listening, but at the end of the day, we want to listen to you too. The same, I told Alan about a couple stocks. Now Alan ran away with the information, and now he's telling me and telling you guys. So anyone that's on here, are listening, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. I could be giving you the information right now. You could turn into a genius with what you're learning. One of my best friends told me, introduce the stock market to me, and I'm pretty sure I am definitely better at it than him right now because I've done my research. Now I know he's paying attention. He's probably listening right now. But I have the confidence enough, the same way I used to play basketball with him and he shot the ball thinking he was a better shooter than I am. No, you're not. I taught you how to shoot. No way you could be better shooter than me. But the competition was great. But at the end of the day, it's the same kind of confidence that I have right now because I've educated myself on how the stock market works. And I don't believe in all of the ups and downs that they put you through. Well, it's there, but it's there to drive people crazy. And it's not going to drive me crazy because I'm going to figure it out and I'm going to share it with you guys. So when I put a ticker symbol out there and you guys do your own research, because I've done mine, don't just listen to me. You have to have the confidence in yourself to know what I'm telling you and go add to what I'm telling you. Same way I didn't know Alan that well. You know how dangerous that is to tell a stranger, oh, invest in a 29-cent stock, much less a 69-cent stock. He could have put $20,000 in that thing. But I told him do his own research. But I told him, listen, this stock's going to be great. I researched it and I gave him the news on it, and he took it and he researched it and ran with it. But at the end of the day, I told him, I'm sharing information. I don't want to be the one with the big house in a nice neighborhood, and I have a couple people that I'm on here with, and you got the tiny house in the crazy neighborhood. I'm okay with sharing the information so you guys can be in the same neighborhood. Now, you could also be in a small neighborhood because you're trying to save your money and buy a small house. You ain't got to have a big house, but I'm just using that as an example. Invest in what's happening. That's my information for everyone. There's a lot of people on here that has a lot more experience than I do when it comes to a lot of things. But I'm confident enough to let you guys know the ticker symbols that we're sharing with you, we are invested in them because we did our research and we're sharing them. Now it's up to you to have the patience. And are they all winners? We don't know. But we know based off of our research and what's happening that majority of them are winners. And I've been doing it for a year now. And if I can buy stocks under $1, and I have it in my portfolio to prove it, if I can buy stocks under $1 and 90% of my stocks are winning stocks, that means I'm doing something. I'm doing something right. That means I'm researching the correct way. Because I don't have to be worrying, even though things are in the red right now, I'm not worried one bit. Alan, me and Alan speak every day, and Alan says, hey, it's good to have buying power. That way, when we research a new stock, you're ready to buy it. Because in Robinhood are a couple different apps, it takes 2 to 3 business days for your money to clear for you to even buy stuff. In some apps, Robinhood used to be instant. And for some people, it may still be, I'm not sure. But it used to be instant. TD Ameritrade, it takes 1 to 2 days for your money to clear for you to be able to buy. So if I tell you about IBEX, it may take you a couple of days. And guess what? Within a day, a couple of hours, IBEX could double. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because all my stocks that I invest in are great stocks that it's hard to even sell any of them so I can get money to invest in a new stock. Because be real with you, I purposely tie up all my money in stocks. Like I make my money and I find good stocks and I put it there for the mere fact that I don't spend no money. I don't spend unnecessary money. So in other words, you give me $20,000 right now, I'm gonna tell you where it's going. Stocks. And I'm gonna be back down to zero. Now, if I'm in need, I could certainly sell some shares, never all, some shares. That's the next thing, guys. If you buy a stock, let's say you buy a stock at $1 and it goes to $30 and you have 300 shares of it, sell 150, sell half. Never sell the whole thing, because if you sell the whole thing and it keeps going from $30 to $60, you gain, but you might want to leave some in there in case it go further. Now, if it goes down, you already got a good profit. You know, especially if the stock's great. You know, some people may be selling out of Bitcoin right now because of where it's at, 50,000. They might be comfortable with the fact that they bought it at 25 cents and made that big old profit. But if Bitcoin goes to $100, $100,000, then it doubling from where it's at right now. So, but if that person don't sell it all and take some profit, you get to go wherever it goes. But not gonna keep up any more time. I think we touched on a lot of companies. Alan, is there anything else you want to add, or anybody else?
We brought up the company last time, OCGN. Don't get it confused with the one you talked about earlier. OCGN, they're an eye therapy company. Basically, they make eye medicine, but they're trying to roll out, or they partnered with another company based in, I believe, Pakistan, to roll out a COVID vaccine. So just keep an eye on OCGN, guys. I'll put that one in the chat as well.
I put it, Alan, but I'll wait for you to. Yeah, it's okay that we both, put it.
That's fine.
Yes, sir. But guys, throughout the week, we do our research and we bring new stocks, and the same old stocks to the forefront. That way you guys can see how your week has gone, So as a matter of fact, this coming week, for those of you who have stocks already, just pay attention to how your stocks do. Hopefully, we'll have a great week. Hopefully we'll see a lot more green than we have been seeing the last couple of days, couple of weeks. And if we don't see green, guess what? It's a buying opportunity. It's like buying a computer that was $1,000 and now it's down to, half price. Buy it, especially if you believe in it. Buy it. Everybody's kind of quiet. Anitra, you have any questions?
I gotta say something.
Hold on, let me see if Anitra got any questions for us. Being that it's her first time she's on and we try to share. They say you're learning, I think. So can you give us any feedback of what you thought about tonight?
No, it was good. You guys gave, hold on, I wrote notes. I mean, you gave me something to look into, gave me a few stocks to look into, some apps that I can look into, and just start researching on my own. So it was very informative.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. And we will get better and better. We're still learning about the new financial system. When you get a chance, definitely look into the blockchain technology. It'll teach you a lot about what's happening is a lot of companies are going through the adoption process of this new financial system. Some are fighting it, but I believe some are also fighting it to also scare a lot of people from investing in it, because a lot of them know exactly what's coming, but
Mhm.
they throw those little smoke screen out there to scare people. Just like the blood on the stock market, that's, if you figure if you have $2,000 invested and you need to pay your rent, and it goes down to, you put it in there to double it, but it goes down from 2,000 to 1,500. You're most likely going to take your money and run, because you got to go pay your rent. It's your rent money that you put in.
Yeah.
So 85% of the population, I think there's a lot of people struggling. So does people really have the money to put in the stock market and have patience? So just think about what's happening. I'm a firm believer in do your research and pay attention to what's happening.
You're right.
Yep.
And also, I know Pierre has to say something, but also be careful what the analysts say. I learned a lot from Savon, because I had a stock symbol that, it had some negative things being said about it. And I'm like, let me call Savon to tell him, hey, we got to be careful. This company may be so-and-so. And Savon said, you know what? The company the analyst that's speaking negative about this stock, they wanted to go down because they invested in the downward trajectory of the company. So that's when you can invest in a company saying, okay, I bet this stock is going to go down. It's not going to go up. So what do? They start talking negative about the stock, hoping that people get scared and run away. So the stock start dropping. Sure enough, a week later, the company responded, no, that's not true. These are our financials. These are what we're working on. So you got to be careful with the news you read too. Some of it's just fluff and some of it's just lies. And some of it's the truth, So again, that's why it's important for you to do your research, because you have multi-billionaires and, multi-million-dollar companies invested in these stocks. And if these stocks don't go the way they want it to, like GameStop, they're going to start spreading lies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You gotta be real careful on the stock market, man. We're not here to say that it's easy. It's definitely not easy. It really can make you pull your hair out, but it's not gonna make me pull my hair out, because I pull my hair out enough with the kids that I trained in Savon's Academy, and I learned how to be patient. And the stock market definitely not gonna let me pull my hair out, because it's been operating the same way for the last 200 years. And if you pay attention to that, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. When they change the way it works, then I'll make my changes. But until they do that, I'm gonna roll with the punches that they're trying to throw. On you, Pierre.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say, it's been 2 weeks, and then this meeting every Sunday really helped me a lot learning about the stocks. I mean, I really learned a lot from the 2 weeks. So now basically, I went to work, and then this guy that's been doing stock for years, they actually stopped and asked me questions. I was like, guys, I'm new to this, so, So I'm just saying that. So whatever you guys are doing here is very, very helpful. It is very powerful. So that's why I want to say that.
Yeah, thank you, man. We appreciate that. And again, there are people that's far more experienced than we are. But you know what? It's education. I may not be where another person is, but I can learn from that person that's talking. The same way I'm speaking, Alan's speaking, people can learn from us, and they may get better than us. I can learn from others and I may get better than them. And one thing I know for sure, though, you can't put it this way. One thing I know for sure is God gave us a brain, and we can't let our minds control our brain. You have to think it before you actually do it. So we have to use our brain when we're putting information in there. and decipher it, like figure things out, like use experiences. Like why do they say this about SOS when I know it's not so? Why did SOS go that way when I did my research knowing it should have never went that way? You have to understand this. Now, if it goes that way, you're off the understanding that it went that way for a reason. For it to go that way, which is up. Just think about it. If I have a stock that's $15 or a stock that goes from $2 to $15, and then it goes down to $7 when I knew it was supposed to go from 15 to 20 based off of the performance of cryptocurrencies, which was performing well, but it went the opposite way. There's something fishy in my book. You can make money up and you can make money down. So just think about that. If you could only make money up, I think it'll only go up. It'll stay right where it's at, and it'll only be an upward trend. Why does Bitcoin go up and come down? Why is the news negative and positive? Think about that. Why is it negative and positive? The system is built for who? For those who know it well. So we have to learn the system. It hasn't changed in 200 years. So what's happening right now? Is it going to keep going down? Nothing goes one direction. So it's usually always a two-way street, even at a dead end, believe me. Hopefully I made sense. Well, we're supposed to be an hour, but we like the fact that it's Monday and we never be finishing on time. We want to finish on time. We say 8:30 to 9:30. Now I look at the time and it's 10:04. So you guys gonna have to start kicking us off. And guys, don't. Hey, tomorrow is Monday. Don't you guys want to go?
Yeah, I gotta go.
I'm on vacation, man. I'm on vacation.
You're on vacation, so we go on vacation on YouTube
All week.
all week, huh? All right, well, I guess me and you all week can come on here and see how the day went. All right, well, Anitri, we appreciate you coming. And
Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting.
No problem. Let me ask you this. Are you going to do some investment?
Yes, and there's another app that I got to look into, but I can't remember the name of it. And it's for the app is for Black women to invest. So it's something I'm going to look into along with the other ones.
Yeah, and if you don't mind letting us know, because that's why we do this. We help each other. So, if it's an app that you know about that you're going to research, bring it to us once you get your research and you understand it and know what it's about, and you can tell us all about it.
Don't worry, I will.
Okay. No problem. So happy investing.
Thank you. I'm logging off.
All right, no problem.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, good night.
All righty. So Anna Vane, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Thought you might have fell asleep now. Long
Nah,
day. I'm just kidding, man. I know you're always ready and alert. So we're getting ready to log off. Anything you wanted to say before we go? Any questions? Any suggestions?
Nah, I just want to say thank you, man, for feeding me the stocks, because I really, to be honest, guys, I really don't have the time to go do the research, right? Because I'm trying to do all kinds of stuff. So whatever coach tell me, I just go and buy it. And I would, like you said, 90% of his stocks has been great for me, man. So for example, I'll probably say I started dealing with that in January. I started putting some money. I doubled my money. Say I put 30K, I got 30K already.
Hey, that's great to hear, but you're listening to me, but remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and you're
Now I
investing.
understand that. I understand that. It's just that hey, I'm a risk taker. You say something's good, okay. I mean, if I lose $5,000, I lose $5,000. But if I could make it 100, I make 100,000.
All right, sounds like a plan, man. Hey, I'm
It's
glad.
a game. It's a game.
I'm glad you're doing well, and that's why we have our group, so we can help each other, and as I say, 90% of my stocks definitely are doing well. And I say 90 because the other 10%, I look to get rid of the percentages of stocks that's not doing anything for me, but I've kept Pfizer. So Pfizer not doing anything, but I've kept Pfizer because the difference between Pfizer and a stock that may not be doing anything great is because I realized that Pfizer has a vaccine out right now and they're a reputable company. So you don't want to quit on a reputable company that's been around unless they just totally flunk, but they're not flunking. They're passing the test,
Oh,
so.
question.
Mhm.
You know anything about JDST?
JDST?
Yeah, it's a direction junior gold miners. Like,
No, I don't know that one. Alan, you know anything about JDST?
Not yet, but I'll look it up. JV is in Victor, ST?
D as in dog,
I can look it up.
JD.
T as in Tom, because I last time it went up to like 1,062, and its lowest was $8.23. Right now it's at $12.
Okay, let me tell you about this. What I found out about these type of stocks, it's the
Mhm.
same thing that I told Pierre today on the call while we were talking. He brought up SOXL. This, if I'm not mistaken, this is called a leverage EFT. It's not a normal EFT. These are very volatile. They mimic the market times 2. You understand? You got to do a little bit more research on this because this is kind of new to me. I had got into a leverage EFT recently, and when I realized what it is, I got out of it. I didn't say it's bad. So I just want to make sure I have the right one. J is in John, D is in David, S is in Sam, T is in Tom, right?
Correct.
It says the Rexion daily. Reason it says daily because these type of trades are best for day traders. They're very volatile.
Okay.
They go up and down fast. So just I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you based on the research I did because there's some stuff I'm confused about. When I got into one of these, I'm like, what the hell did I get into? And
Right.
because it's weird that it would jump from this amount to this amount. And then when I did research and read about it, and I realized that this is called a leverage EFT, and I said, what is a leverage EFT? I read about it. So do research on there and just. I'm not saying don't get into these. You can make money, but just know that it's not a normal EFT.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
because
I
I
believe
see
me and Savon had that discussion.
$1,000. It went up to over $1,000, and then it just dropped down to like $8.23.
Correct. Because this type of EFT is not like a normal EFT. They invest in many securities and options. Like these type of EFTs have a lot of different stuff built in it. Like a regular EFT, the only thing it has in it is different stocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this type of leverage EFT, it has options, it has securities, it has calls, it has all kind of stuff built in. So
Okay.
that's why I said this is not a normal EFT. You want to do some research on it.
Mm-hmm.
It could be beneficial, but again, if you look up leverage EFTs, it's best for day traders, people who are going to keep an eye on it like all day, you
Okay.
know, because it's very, very volatile with leverage EFTs. And that's what I mentioned to Pierre when he brought up SOXL. After I did more research and I said, you know what, I got in and I got out. I said, this is too volatile for me. And I don't like to get in anything that I don't fully understand. And
Right.
I made that mistake. I could admit I'm human. I made that mistake. I jumped into SOXL, which isn't bad, but I didn't fully understand it. And then when I read up on it a little bit more, I said, hold on, this is a leverage EFT. And I had to read more into it. Not saying I won't get into a leverage EFT, but right now I would love to understand it a little bit more.
I hear you, man.
And do not buy it and just leave it. Again, it's a stock that you have to pay attention to all day.
Mm-hmm.
But look up leverage EFTs, and then it'll give you more clarity what that stock is about.
I'll do that.
I got a question for you, Alan.
Sure.
The SOXL, that's the one you had told me about, right, the other day?
Correct.
What was the cost of per share when you had sent it to me?
It might have been around like $12. And if you look up SOXL, I believe who was just talking? Was it JD?
No, it's Savon. Yeah, I was just saying, you told me about SOXL, I believe, the other day. So I'm saying, what was it trading at?
SOXL was around $38.
It was 38. Yeah, I think I
Correct.
remember it being 38.
Correct.
Hmm.
And if you look at the chart, say, let me look at a 1-day chart. I mean, this thing is jumping just one day, which is Friday. It jumped from $28 to $33, and it kept dropping and going up, dropping. Again, it's very, very, very volatile. If you look up SOXL for the last gentleman who was speaking, sorry, I wasn't staring at the screen, so I didn't get the name. You will see it says the same thing at the beginning of the ticker. It says Direxion, DIRE. See, SOXL says Direxion, right? Daily semiconductor, and it says bull. So these type of leverage EFTs, they always have two of them. They have one that has bull at the end and one that has bear at the end. The bull mean when you invest in the bull, you're saying that it's going to go up. When you invest in the bear leverage EFT, you're saying that this EFT is going to go down. So when I was looking at SOXL, there's another one. I would have to look it up. But SOXL is the bull shares. That means when you go into SOXL for semiconductors, you're saying semiconductors are going to go up because there's a high demand now. But really, it's kind of going slow because manufacturing is going down. So I said, let me get out of it because right now, the semiconductor stuff with leverage EFT is going all over the place. I don't know whether I should be in the bull or the bear because there's not enough, so they say, not enough semiconductor chips, right?
Right.
So for me, I said, you know what? Let me get out of SOXL because I don't know what's happening with the manufacturing now and all the stuff. Everyone's trying to, mine the materials, and I said it's too volatile for me. That's why I got out personally.
Understand.
About the semiconductor, again, the reason why I take my time to invest in certain stocks because I do my research. I think before I actually jump in, because when I look at the demand, it's like you got to create a demand. Like to be saying that all this is needed right now, it's like, okay, let's create the demand. Because what happens when you create the demand? Think about it. It's like we have COVID. What happens when you create the demand? It's like there's opportunities when you create the demand. The stock drops, and then you create a demand for it. It goes down, and then it goes up. What happens when a company IPO? most likely when a company IPO, they go the opposite direction. They go down. Most company, it's recently that you start seeing companies IPO and they stock go up. So it's like gotta create the demand, and that's what's happening. That's like I said, the stock market been around. So when we're hearing like there's a shortage of this and a shortage of that, okay, let's create the demand. So you do your research and there's a time and place for everything. So if you put money into it right now, maybe you hold. Maybe you hold because you believe in it. Just like I held Moderna. Doesn't matter what they say, I just bought it and held it. So I know Alan has been, researching companies, that's going to making these things that's in demand, these conductors that's in demand, so we just gotta if we believe in it, buy it and let it take its time, let it take its course. You just gotta believe. Don't listen to what nobody else say. Just believe in yourself, and that's it. I'm taking this shot. Like you always reference basketball. I'm taking the shot. Nobody else can take a shot for me. The only other person that could take a shot for me that I would trust is Steph Curry. Like I take my own shot, but the way I see Steph Curry shoot, man, take that shot. Especially now that I'm older, not trying to lift my arm. So Steph, go ahead, take that shot for me. I have the confidence in the way that this man shoots. So hey, take that shot. Outside of that, I believe in myself. Take my own shot. And like I said, if me and Steph Curry was in a gym and my life depended on it, right now, I think he's a better shooter than I am right now. He's always playing, constantly playing. But if my life depended on it, let me ask you guys this question, if you guys don't mind answering it. If my own life depend on whether I make this shot or not, and Steph Curry right now is a better shooter than I am because I don't shoot nothing right now, who you think would take the shot? Me or Steph if my life depended on it? I want to hear you guys answer. Do you think I would give Steph the opportunity to take the shot because he's a better shooter than I am to save my life? Or do you think I would take the shot to save my own life? What do you think? And I do say he's a better shooter than I am. But what do you think?
I'll take my own shot, man, because
Yeah.
I'll take my own shot because if I die, I die. I make it, I'm good.
Alan? Alan, your
Can you
answer?
hear me?
What's
Can you hear
your
me?
answer? I'm hearing you. What's your answer?
I'll pass the ball, man.
You'll pass the ball. So you're not letting you're saying you'll give Steph Curry the chance to take a shot for you.
Yeah, I'll give him the chance.
All right, because he's the better shooter than you are to save your life.
Exactly. No, the way I see it is everyone has a role to play. If someone's a good 3-point shooter and I'm not, I'm gonna pass the good person, the person who's good, a good 3-point shooter the ball.
To save your life.
Yeah.
The
No,
way
to
I
win the game. To win the game. To win the game.
No. The thing was,
Just say your life.
save my life. And I know Steph Curry's a better shooter than I am right now. So I'm saying, would I take my own shot to save my own life, or would I give Steph Curry the ball to shoot that shot for me to save my life?
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Well, if it's my life, I'm gonna take the shot.
the only person I'll trust to take that shot is Jesus Christ, man. Nobody else.
Hey, exactly. So
Well, yeah, listen, I'll take my own shot too, man. I'll take my own shot. My life depend on it. I'll take my own shot. I try to walk try to go close to the rim and then lay up. You know, listen, I'll take my own shot.
Yeah, exactly, man. So even though we know Steph Curry is a better shooter than we are right now, even though we know we can call a financial advisor and give them some money and say, "Yo, invest this for me," I think it's best we take our own shot with our own life. So instead of counting on somebody else to do what we know we could do for ourselves, by just taking the time to map out our life and map out what we want to do to have our own success and not let somebody else control our success. I think it's the best way that us as human beings can look. Yes, you can look at someone else and say, you know what, I don't have the expertise and they have it. And you may have to pay them for them to put you in position to be success. You may have to start like that. But it depends on who you are as a person.
But what you say is true, because I can relate that to all these NBA players, NFL players, specifically black actors that I've heard that just went broke because what did they all have in common? Oh, I sent the money to my accountant. I told him to pay my bills, and when I wasn't paying attention, I just paid attention to my craft with playing football, basketball, whatever. They didn't try to, learn financial literacy. Next thing you know, they owe the IRS everything, and they lost everything. Wesley Snipes, all these folks lost everything. But there was one Dolphin player, I give him props. I forgot his name. He was a former Dolphin player. I can't pronounce his name. Suh, S-U-H.
Dominican Suh?
Yeah, I didn't want to try to pronounce his last name. But what I respect about him as an NFL player, he got close to Warren Buffett. And he learned how to invest. So he can't be a football player who's going to go broke after, 10 years or 5 years or whatever, after your body can't play anymore. So I'm just bringing this up because that's what I thought about when Savon brought it up. You got to shoot your shot, and just because you're a good football player, basketball player, you can't trust everybody with your money. That's why all these players go broke. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl champ Dominican Suh.
Yeah. But if you look at pictures and if you Google Suh and Warren Buffett, you'll see them in videos together. Because he said, you know what, I'm going to get close to this guy because he knows how to make my money long. So my grandkids will look back and say, man, I'm enjoying this money.
Mm-hmm. Yes, man, got to shoot your own shot. Fellas, I know tomorrow is Monday. We all, have to go, to work. I may take the day off and, hang out. I'm usually going 7 days a week. I may take the day off. I'm not sure. I may, work part day. But I've been going. So I may just, I know for sure that I'm not gonna probably wake up early. But I like what we have going on. I like the conversation that we just had. This is 9 to 10. 8:30 to 9:30. Sorry, it's only supposed to be an hour, and anybody could leave at any given time whenever we are on. We can always cut it. If someone has to go. But some of the discussions that we're having is, good food, that we need to eat up. This information is so important. A lot of times when you get together with people that are thinking positively, then you can go through your week having a good positive week. And even when negative stuff are happening, you have the positive reinforcement, that's behind you, So I'm excited, man, that we are investors that are helping each other, not just financially, but we're educating each other. And this is needed. I believe Stanley is texting me that he's on. Stanley, unmute your mic and say something.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Welcome, Stanley, man. You want me to introduce you, or you want to introduce yourself, and then I'll just, speak about you a little bit. We won't stay long, but this that we're doing, man, it's so informative and it's so important for us to do it because we are gonna be successful. And when Stanley is finished, I'll tell you why I believe we're gonna be successful. You want to speak, or you want me to speak on you?
You can go ahead and get a little brief on me.
Huh?
You can go ahead and get a little brief on me.
Give a little brief.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll speak on you then. All right. So basically, you know, Stanley works at Walmart, which is where I get my orders and I do delivery. So Stanley recently met him probably a month now. I'm not even sure if it's even a month and a half. Probably about a month. Or it could be less. But my personality is to always get to know people, especially with what's happening. I want to always tell someone, especially if I see that they look, presentable and like they want something for their life. I always meet people and try to inform them about what's happening around them. So I'm always constantly, and Stanley will tell you, I'm always consistently talking to everyone. Some days we are actually at the store picking up our orders and people get upset, but I'm always cool, calm, collective because guess what? They have a job to do and so do I. But regardless of what's happening in the store, which I don't even know what's happening, sometimes they come out frustrated, and I'm not going to pile my frustration on top of their frustration because it doesn't help anyone. So the reason I'm mentioning this is because Alan, I keep saying Alan because Alan, your name keep popping up. Stanley to me seems to be such a hard worker, and I'm interested in helping people who want to make a difference in life. So that's why he's actually here, because it seems to me like he's a young man that wants to know what the future holds for him. And I introduced our channel to him, and he wanted to come on so he can know what we are talking about. He wants to invest in his future. I believe he got disconnected, but that's a little bit about Stanley. Let me see what happened. Yeah, so I'm not gonna sit and wait. I messaged him to see what happened, but it looked like he got disconnected. Could be bad area connection. Anyway, guys, what do you want to do? Cut it short? Hello?
Yeah.
What we gonna do? Cut it short? He's messaging right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it short because my girl keeps calling me. The little one, she's been knocking on the door for the last 5 minutes.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and come off the call as well, guys. It was a great call. I appreciate all the information and the good discussion. Just make sure everybody checks the YouTube chat. So if you missed a ticker symbol that we mentioned or briefed on, you can double check on the YouTube chat.
Okay, Stanley's trying to come back in, so I just text him next time. We're signing off, and so next time he can join.
All right, fellas.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
All right, good night.
Thank you guys for everything. Have a good trading week.
Definitely.
Okay.